Welcome to Rise and Conquer, Daily Motivation and Success Mindset. Today's message is called Focus Mode, Deep Work Motivation for Studying and Building Your Business. And this is your invitation to step into a completely different state of mind. A state where distractions fade, where noise loses its power, and where you become the kind of person capable of sitting down, locking in, and doing the work that actually changes your life. If you're here, it means you are ready to take control of your attention. And attention, more than talent or luck or even intelligence, is the real currency of achievement. There is one idea I want you to hold on to as you listen. What you focus on grows. What you ignore fades. This is not just a motivational quote. It is a universal law that quietly shapes your future. Every skill you want to master, every grade you want to improve, every business you want to build, grows only when you give it deep, uninterrupted concentration. And every dream you neglect, every project you keep delaying, every skill you never sit down to practice slowly fades into the background of your life. Your focus is a spotlight, and whatever you point it at becomes stronger. Whatever you turn away from becomes weaker. Today, you're choosing to point that spotlight at your growth. Deep work is the ability to silence the world, eliminate distraction, and channel the full power of your mind into a single task. It is the opposite of multitasking. It is the opposite of constant notifications. It is the opposite of shallow effort. Deep work is what happens when you give your mind enough stillness to think clearly, enough time to understand deeply, and enough commitment to complete what truly matters. This moment right here is where your transformation begins. Let me show you how powerful deep work can be through a simple story. Imagine a student named Daniel. Every time he sits down to study, his phone buzzes. A new message, a video, a notification. Each buzz pulls him out of the chapter in front of him. Each glance steals a little of his attention. After 2 hours of studying, he feels mentally exhausted, yet barely remembers anything. He thinks he's bad at studying, but the truth is simpler. He was never truly focused. His brain was switching back and forth, never settling long enough to make sense of anything. Then one day, he makes a change. He leaves his phone in another room, closes all tabs except the one he needs, and gives himself a small challenge. 25 minutes of pure focus. No breaks, no distractions, just him and the page. And something incredible happens. The chapter he struggled with suddenly becomes clearer. His notes start to make sense. His memory sharpens. He finishes more in 25 minutes of deep work than he used to finish in 2 hours of scattered effort. By the end of the week, he accomplishes more in focused blocks than he has in the last month. His grades rise not because he suddenly became smarter, but because he finally learned to concentrate. Now imagine a young entrepreneur named Lila. She dreams of building her own business, but every time she tries to work, she gets pulled away. She checks her email, she checks her social media, she answers messages, she redesigns the same website section over and over because she never stays long enough to finish anything. She feels stuck not because she lacks ideas, but because her attention is divided into 100 tiny pieces. One night she has a realization. Maybe the problem isn't my business idea. Maybe the problem is that I never stay with anything long enough to make it real. So she decides to enter deep work mode. She sets a simple environment, a clean desk, atmospheric background sound, one open project, and a promise to stay focused for 45 minutes. In that single session, she completes more progress than she has in an entire week. She finishes her homepage design. She writes her first product description. She makes decisions she has been avoiding for months, and she realizes something life-changing. Her success depends more on her ability to enter deep focus than on any external factor. Millions of people fail not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunities, but because they never train their ability to focus. They live in a constant loop of interruptions, scrolling, switching, drifting, starting, but never finishing. But the people who separate themselves, the people who rise, the people who conquer, are the ones who learn how to sit still with one task and give it everything. They become unstoppable. Now picture yourself in this exact moment. Picture your desk, your laptop, your textbooks, your projects, your business ideas. Picture everything you want to accomplish. Picture the goals you say you are committed to. Now ask yourself honestly, what would happen if for the next hour you gave your full, undivided attention to one thing? What would happen if you eliminated notifications, closed every distraction, and allowed your mind to enter real focus? You already know the answer. You would learn faster. You would produce better work. You would think more clearly. You would finish tasks that have been hanging over your head for weeks. You would build momentum, and momentum is what transforms your life. Imagine the stock footage behind these words. A designer sketching with complete concentration, a programmer typing in flow state, a student highlighting key points with calm precision, an entrepreneur mapping every step of their plan. Those people are not more gifted than you. They are simply doing what you are about to do, turning on focus mode. Focus is not something you are born with. Focus is a skill you train. Every time you bring your attention back to your work, even after your mind wanders, you strengthen your ability to concentrate. Every time you choose to stay locked in for just a little longer, you are building mental muscle. Deep work is not easy. It demands discipline. It demands intention. It demands that you become stronger than your urges. But once you develop it, deep work becomes a superpower in a distracted world. So right now, as the music surrounds you, make a decision. Decide that for this next block of time, you are all in. No scrolling, no switching, no drifting between tasks, just you and the work that matters. Your brain is capable of extraordinary things when you give it space to focus. Your creativity becomes sharper, your ideas become clearer, your productivity multiplies, your sense of control returns. Before you begin, center yourself. Take a slow breath in, let it out. Feel your shoulders relax, feel the tension leave your face. Bring your attention to the present moment. Whatever happened earlier today does not matter. Whatever you need to do later does not matter. This moment belongs entirely to your growth. Look at the task in front of you. See it clearly. Commit to it completely. Say to yourself, quietly but firmly, I choose to focus. And then begin. You are not here to do average work. You are here to build a future. Through study, through creativity, through discipline, through deep concentration. Every minute you spend in deep work moves you closer to the person you want to become. This session is not about perfection. It is about presence. It is about honor. It is about proving to yourself that you can sit with what matters, even when it feels challenging. Focus mode is not just a productivity tool. It is a lifestyle, a statement, a declaration of who you are becoming. When you train yourself to focus, you are training yourself to win. Discipline becomes your ally. Consistency becomes natural, and distraction loses the power it once had over you. This is your moment to lock in. This is your moment to become the person capable of studying deeply, coding steadily, designing clearly, building fearlessly. Let this session be the start of a new standard, one where you control your attention instead of giving it away. This is Rise and Conquer, Daily Motivation and Success Mindset. If this message helped you activate your focus mode, keep the energy alive. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to reclaim their attention, and subscribe to the channel so that every time you sit down to work, you have a voice guiding you back into deep, powerful concentration. Now take a breath and begin.